What's going on out there, good people? It is your boy Look Around with LMD Trading, and we are back. We are back with another daily trade review. 3 strikes, and we were out today. We took 3 trades. Guess what? All 3 of those trades were red. All 3 of those trades were small red trades, and we're pretty much done today. Didn't really have a feeling for the market. I think it was FOMC is what they're calling it. Was coming out today. That report was coming out. A lot of people who I had watched pre-market, they were kind of saying that pretty much what I saw was to be expected. But like I said, we took those 3 trades. We gave it a swing. We missed on all 3. And we packed it up. Some days it's like that. Some days you can get 3 good ones in. Some days you can get 1 good one in. Or some days you can get no good ones in. Today was a no good one day. But let's go ahead. Let's take a peek at the thumbnail watch list. Take a peek at what we were looking at. Had FedEx on the watch list still from yesterday, and we see that it did make a move off of the open. FedEx was one of those that we took an L on today. We had Snow on the watch list, did not take a trade on Snow. We had BA on the watch list. BA was one of those that we took an L on. And I'm looking at how the call that we had purchased finished, and I'm like, wow, how did we take that L? But again, it'd be like that sometimes. AMC is another one that we took an L on today, and you look at the chart and you say, man, it made a nice little move. Even though the chart looks impressive on the move, it only went up like 77 cents. So AMC is one of those ones that you will need to buy a ton of contracts to get the move out of it that you want. As far as stocks, we had REV on the watch list again. We had BOXD, and we had EVOX. And I want to say EVOX was one that made a great move pre-market. EVOX made a great move pre-market, sticking to my plan. Did not want to trade it pre-market. And the market opened and it did absolutely nothing. So did not get a trade on that today. The markets, the Qs and the SPYs. Let's get those charts looking halfway decent. That's showing after hours there. So let's come over and look at the actual time that the market was open. Not really showing anything. Let's come over and look at the Qs. Come on. Actually, it'd be easier just to do this. Time frame. Let's go 2 minutes today. I guess it was set to that. It just has the pre-markets turned on these. But there we go. That's more in line of what the chart was looking like. Nothing really impressive. We see that it did make a move later on in the day, so I'm assuming that must have been when the report came out, because it made an $8 move in the afternoons. But that's what we were looking at. Let's go ahead, take a peek at TRADERVUE. I see TRADERVUE has changed their layout. If you come up here, it has a new dashboard, wasn't really feeling that new dashboard, so I'm gonna have to get used to looking at that. But we're reviewing trades for June 15th, Wednesday. We took 3 trades today. Closed P&L in the red of $38. Small loss on AMC. Like I say, this one here, AMC, we would have needed to take about 10 shares to really see some movement in it. BA, another one, small loss. FedEx, another one, small loss. Not even taking full stops on those. So be interesting to see what they look like on the chart, which is what we're going to do right now. If you have not already hit that like button, please do so. Please do so. If you're not subscribed, please think about subscribing. It does not cost you a thing, and you will be helping me out. Why don't you want to help your boy look around out? So let's get to reviewing. This first one, AMC. We took this one at $9.39. Let's take a peek, see what $9.39 looks like. All right, so $9.39. On the 1 minute, it looks good. I like it on the 1 minute. Then you come over to the 2 minute, it does not look as good. Looks highly extended. We kind of would have wanted to see what this thing did. Pull back to the previous day's high. One thing that I'm looking, I would not have wanted to take this trade because you got the VWAP and you got the 50. Breaking this point would have been the best entry out of this, out of all of this. When you look at all of this, breaking this point would have been the best entry. So right over here, this was the best entry. This is 11:50 in the morning. That would have been the best entry. And the reason I say that, look to the left, look to the left. There is nothing to the left. When that thing broke, it made a nice move, 50 cents. So again, you would have needed like 10 contracts to get the move out of it that we would have wanted to see. This stock here is more in line for a stock trade and not a option trade. Because let's see how, this is how we would have played this one. Again, don't want to get in it until you break that point right there. So call entry. That's the decent pullback, but you're going to run into that and we're not breaking that point. So this one would have been the one that was breaking it. So highlight that candle. Range of that candle is 10 cents. So you would need 20 cents out of the move to get 2 to 1. And the high of that candle is 12.55. 20 cents would be 12.75. So you need 12.75 out of the move when it breaks that high. Let's see where 12.75 is. So right there, you're 2 to 1 on your money. From this point to that point, you've made 2 to 1 on your money. And then this thing had an entire another move out of it. So that would have been the play. Was not really a option. This wasn't really something that should have been getting an option played on it, but lost $6 on it. Let's see where we stopped out at, since we didn't kind of walk through the actual stock play on it. Let's see what we did getting into it. So again, we got into it right there. We see this thing just chopped along the 50 because it was highly extended. It pulled back to where we said it needed to pull back, but it did not pop. Came up to VWAP, rejected, came back down. Here we finally got the move through VWAP, through the 50, came back, retested the 50. But again, we still gonna have this junk to the left. And that's exactly what it did. Came up to the junk, it pulled back. Now it is ready to go. Now it is ready to go. And that's what we would have wanted to see. I'm just curious to see what the high would have been on that. So let's, actually it's already set. Let's do it. So we paid 19 cents for this contract over here. Stopped out somewheres over here, 16 cents. Had a high of 35 cents. So again, it's all about the entry. If we would have got in at the right entry with the right amount of share size, possibly could have been a good trade. Option contract size, I guess I should say. But that was our first trade. Second trade, BA. BA is one of those ones that I said I was not going to trade anymore because I don't have too much good luck with BA. But this is another one that had a nice looking chart once it cleared all of this junk right here. We see once it cleared this junk to the left, it made a nice move, pull back, nice move. Let's see where we got in at 950. 950. So we got in, made this move. Actually, it made this move, kind of consolidated, made another move, pull back. It's a nice entry right there, actually. 2 contracts, paid 122 for these, stopped out at 1032. So we were actually holding these for a decent amount of time. 1032. Let's see what we got in this one. 950 and 40. We probably got in up in here. Stopped out down in there. This is one that we should have just held on to, people. Because look at it. If we in here, the stop is going to be down here. This thing never came anywhere near the stop. So we paid 122 a contract. Just like we did with, and this was the one I said, look at it. We paid 122 per contract. This thing closed at 252 per contract. What I want to see is around, let's say right there, 12 o'clock. Let's see what 12 o'clock looks like. 12 o'clock, 226. That is an entire $100 per contract more than what we had paid for it over here. So had we just left our bracket in place. So again, like I said, we got in 122. Look at that. I'm right on the spot. 122. We stopped out somewhere over here for a small $12 loss. Then this thing ended up going. At the peak, it went 350. If we just stayed into it to this first move, pretty much ran out. 208. And you come up here, you at 222. That's an entire $100 per contract over what we paid for it. Not good. Not good. We took a small loss, but look at what we gave up. Look at what we gave up. And then we had FedEx. See what FedEx was looking like today. This is ugly. That's ugly. I don't even really want to see where I was getting in or out because I see no reason to be getting in and out on that chart. That is ugly. That is ugly. Why would you be trading this? Why? Ugly. We got in that one at 1021. Paid 101 a contract. Bought 2 contracts again. Stopped out 1025. We stopped out in this gigantic red candle as this thing was flushing back down and flushing back down and flushing back down. $20 loss on that one. So you have the tale of two extremes. BA, good solid trade. We just did not let that trade work. Took a very small loss, but we gave up the potential of making what, 10 to 1 on the trade, possibly. Realistically, minimum 5 to 1. And then we have FedEx. Horrible entry. Went totally against us, and we took our stop, and we lived to trade another day. And that was the morning. We were done packing up at 10:30. It was like, okay, that's 3 and out. That is one of the rules in my trading plan, is that if I take 3 losing trades, I am done. Let's wrap it up. Let's regroup. Let's look and see what we were doing wrong. Taking a look at the charts. Let's go back. Let's look at AMC real quick, just to, yeah, the AMC definitely well extended. Stop would have needed to been down here. We would have stopped out there. Definitely would have stopped out there. So getting out of that one early, I don't have a problem with that. Definitely need to be a little more patient tomorrow. Need to be a little bit more patient and need to really look for solid patterns. Because the one thing that I do see on all of these charts are no real solid patterns until you get over here. Until you get over there. And then you really see the breakouts and the moves. Again, like I said, that was a decent entry there. You could put the stop down there, knowing that you're going to run into resistance right there. And that's exactly what this thing did. It just chopped along, coming back down to the VWAP, using that as support until it finally broke that junk to the left. And once it broke that junk to the left, we were good to go. But we were no longer trading at that point. That's going to do it. Hope y'all enjoyed that recap. Again, like I said, those were not the best entries, but we took the stops. We recognized that they weren't good trades. I actually got out of some of them when we shouldn't have, mainly this BA. Should have been watching the chart on that one. Should have been kind of seeing how that was playing out. It was still in a uptrend. So if you come here, it did break it right there. But it was still in a fairly decent uptrend coming through here. Kind of consolidated there and then pushed back up. But I see no real reason why I should have been getting out of that trade until it would have broke VWAP or it would have stopped us out. So that's what I take away from this recap. And this is a late one. I didn't get back in the house till late tonight. So felt I still needed to get it out the way. Needed to learn. These are the ones that you really want to learn from, are your bad trades, these red trades. But I'm going to go ahead, wrap this one up. I need to get some Z's so I could be ready in the morning to be effective. And we will be back at it. All right. Peace.